Are you tired of your world looking like this? Or tired of your world looking like this? I really hope your world doesn't look like this. What is up, elites? I'm IronTortoise, and today I want to talk about lighting. I want to talk about the different forms of lighting and how you can hide this in your world to have a more aesthetically pleasing environment. So make sure to bake the like button its favorite cake, but use salt instead of sugar. And don't forget to subscribe. Let's go. There are a multitude of blocks in Minecraft that provide varying levels of light, some of which you may not have even known of. Light is an extremely important resource that, when used correctly, does not only keep us safe from mobs, but can also provide ambient elements that help make our world feel like home. Now, let's talk about light level. Different blocks will distribute different levels of light, ranging from level 1 up to level 15. That's right, 15. That's big brain math, elites. It's important to note though what blocks produce what level of light, so you aren't caught off guard by a creeper explosion in an area that you thought was safe. To help with this, I have provided a link in the description for referencing the different light levels each block produces. Now, how much light is required to keep mobs away, you ask? Well, I've got great news, elites. With the 1.18 update this past November, the minimum light level needed to keep mobs at bay was reduced from light level 7 down to light level 1. That's right, no mobs can spawn in your world unless there's absolutely no light in that area. What I want to talk about now is block opacity. Most blocks in Minecraft are considered opaque and do not allow any light to pass through. While opaque blocks do have significant uses in our worlds, most don't exactly light up our environment. We do, however, have quite a few options that will allow light to pass through. Of course, not all of these will mask our attempts to increase light level, but most, when utilized in the correct way, can either create some very unique aesthetics or hide blocks in their entirety. Let's take a look at some of the ways we can utilize these blocks and other techniques to light up our worlds. One of the most overlooked light sources is simply a cauldron with lava in it. This is perfect. It's a great way to give personality to any world. It goes great in blacksmithing setups or maybe any factory type builds that you have. Next are beacons. Beacons by themselves aren't great, but they do create some interesting designs when placed on floors, ceilings, and even some walls. Now, chests. Chests are an invaluable resource because they create storage, but are also a transparent block. This means they allow light to pass through. As you can see, I've placed a sea lantern underneath, which gives it a unique look as well. Ender chests produce some light on their own, but if you want to create an elegant design and expand their light radius, then simply place a light block below like I did with this glowstone. Shulker boxes operate the same as chests. They are a bit bigger in size, so the light block underneath is not visible. Using different colored shulker boxes, such as green underneath a set of leaves, can hide light blocks while blending into your environment flawlessly. One transparent block that is regularly overlooked are hoppers. Hoppers can be used in a number of designs and will allow you to hide light blocks above them without sacrificing light level. Take this sort of wishing well design here. You can't tell me that this wouldn't look great during a midnight stroll through your town square. You wouldn't lie and tell me that just to prove me wrong now, would you? That's what I thought. Smooth brain moment. Anyways, back to the task at hand. Probably the simplest way to hide lighting in an interior build is behind paintings. Paintings are transparent and don't look out of place when used correctly. It's sneaky, yet elegant. No one suspects anything mysterious to be behind paintings, ever. Right? Moving on, I love using boats or boats with chests to conceal light. Slap a light source underneath and line your riverbeds and shipyards with these bad boys. Your closest friends will all assume you are just a philosopher of geographical artistry. Man, that's a mouthful. Similar to boats, minecarts are another great resource to hide light blocks. I like to throw a light source underneath a honey block, then set the minecart on top personally. Honey blocks are slightly shorter than normal blocks and help prevent the minecart from moving. Armor stands are another transparent option. I created this sort of armor room design to display how you can use various light sources in an aesthetically pleasing way. We have crying obsidian, which by itself gives off some light, but we have this behind our end rods. We of course have some sea lanterns behind some stairs to give an additional layer of depth, and a sea lantern under the armor stand, which I feel gives an almost trophy case kind of vibe. Let's continue. I like this room. This is my favorite room and will always be my favorite room. Notice the design, notice the depth, the texture, and of course, the beautiful red carpet. Yes, carpet, that's right. Let's stay on task. You can hide light blocks under carpet without sacrificing light level. We will discuss another way to implement this shortly, but feel free to hide light blocks under any carpets you have in your interior builds. However, do you notice the unique texture on the ceiling? No, it's not a mod, it's not a bird or a plane. That's right, it's a bed. Beds are transparent and can add some much needed variance in textures to your ceilings. Simply place a light block above them and enjoy your tea and caviar without worry of zombies spawning in your living quarters. Zombies eat brains, so I'm good. You, however, may not be. Stick with me, guys. We are almost finished, and I saved some of the best techniques for last. When you think about jack-o'-lanterns, I bet you think about Halloween, where every ketchup-covered toddler begs you for candy in exchange for keeping your soul. Where we take beautiful pumpkins, drive our blades into them, and place burning candles inside, many of which inspired movies with a 2.4 out of 10 rating to be released in the early 2000s. 2004 to be exact. Jack-o'-lanterns, however, are a great resource in Minecraft. Placing them among other groups of pumpkins can give a nice color variance to your world and keep the spooky creatures at bay. Look at this wall, my favorite wall. Look at that elegant design, the flower with the beautiful lantern hanging above. But did you notice what I did here? I bet you didn't. See those trapdoors? Trapdoors are transparent. While giving this exterior build some much needed depth, those trapdoors have another massive contribution to our world. They hide light sources. Simply place a light block behind them and you have a perfectly concealed anti-creeper device. Another quick and easy tip to light up farmland is to place light sources below composters. I like to place the light sources 2 blocks down with water on top, followed by the composter. The water hydrates the soil and the light prevents pesky skeletons from tearing up your crops. Finally, I wanted to demonstrate how you can create a beautiful walkway that fits in anywhere in your world. You can see a lantern and some candles, and this is fine. When used sparingly and in the right places, these light sources do not become overbearing. Also, if you notice underneath these leaves, there's a slight difference in texture. I have a trapdoor concealing a light source. I bet you didn't notice it up to this point though, did you? Using trapdoors that are similar to color as dirt blocks are a great way to conceal light sources. Sea pickles are one of my favorite light sources, mainly because you don't need to hide them. Place them in any small ponds, waterfalls, or along riverbeds. They will give body to your world and help keep your area safe. Let me point out that mixing moss blocks with grass blocks can create some amazing variation in color throughout your world. Now, I told you we would talk about carpets again, didn't I? I did. That was rhetorical. You should know this. Placing moss carpets can add depth to your landscape, but also conceal light sources. I've done this in a few areas to show you exactly what I mean. Campfires are obvious light sources, but shouldn't be pushed aside. When used correctly, they can add personality to any exterior build in addition to increasing light level. Lastly, I wanted to share a street lamp design that is one of my personal favorites. This is a simple build requiring just trapdoors, a light source, base block of your choice, which I picked mossy cobblestone bricks, fences, a redstone lamp, and a daylight sensor. The daylight sensor will turn the redstone lamp on at night, which does provide some light, but to give it a more realistic radius, I placed a light source behind the spruce trapdoors at the bottom. These can line most of your streets and still look authentic by themselves, which is my main reason for wanting to share them with you. And there you go, elites. That's exactly however many ways to hide lighting in your world that I showed you. If you liked this video or found it beneficial, then please bake the like button its favorite cake and use salt instead of sugar. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.